Hey, what up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Flacco 2 Raw here, and today we'll be reacting to Zach V2 fitness influencers caught scamming followers. And man, it's been going on for quite some time. It's been going on for a long time, to be honest with you, even in the magazines, even before then. But it's more prevalent now that we're in the web. We have everybody trying to do courses and guides and everything like that. So with that being said, let's hop into the video. All right, man, let's get into it.
Courses if you're still deceiving your audience, and that is where people are feeling like it's a scam.
This fitness influencer tried to use fake weights to fool everyone,
I
but
remember
instead
him.
he got brutally exposed.
$400,000. That is.
Hey, look, I remember the dude before her, and I remember Brittany Dawn. Man, they was scamming. They was giving copy and paste cookie cutter programs for everybody. And if you're in the fitness, I used to be in the fitness space for a little minute, but if you're in the fitness, you'll know that not everybody's body reacts the same with the same weight, same reps, same food intake, same like whatever the case may be. Everybody's bodies react differently. So keep that in mind.
How much a Dallas influencer, Brittany Dawn, is being ordered to pay.
Oh, the same chick was trying to revamp and reintroduce herself as somebody different, and she went the holy route with the religious route, right?
In
See,
a
I was in the
recent
space, I know.
settlement.
So today we have a suggestion from one of you guys to take a look at the fitness industry.
I guess let me move this up so we can read this. I hate being in everybody's way. Boom, there we go.
And how much of a mess that has become. Lying and deceptive practices are riddled throughout the entire scene just to gain a little bit more of a following or to sell you some sort of supplement line, clothing brand, you name it. Now, I'm not going to lie, this has been happening for a while. I was really into the fitness scene probably around 10 years ago, and there was a whole bunch of drama even back then. But now in 2025, I think it's bigger than it ever has been before, with more social media platforms, more eyeballs on you, and more opportunities to make money from it. So we have a lot of examples to take a look at along with some of your comments from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave it in the comments down below. But let's start off with a recent story.
If you have found yourself on the fitness side of TikTok, you're probably familiar with what's going on with this large creator, Janelle, who has 5 million followers here on TikTok and then more on other platforms. So this creator actually built her platform on weight loss. Specifically, when she first started, it was more keto-based diet, and then she moved into counting her macros. That is something that she's been sharing on her account since about 2020, 2021. She's been around for quite a while. Now, the viral videos that she had going back in like 2020, 2021 was she was the girl who was eating a bunch of peppers and putting like cream cheese and everything but the bagel seasoning, so you may remember her. She comes forward and makes this video where people are asking, are you on a GLP-1 medication? Which she then says, hey, a lot of people have been asking me this and I am ready to share. However, I'm not going to share here
But $200 course?
on TikTok. I'm actually going to send you over to one of my other platforms. You can watch it there. It's just a little too long. Now, I did hop over there, and what was interesting is it was only a 5-minute video. So then I start reading comments, and fans are saying it was a little interesting that she chose to share that information on another platform and not the platform that she grew to the largest fan base here on TikTok.
So there's a couple reasons that happened. First, she wanted to start to filter over a TikTok audience that isn't as profitable, at least in video form. The revenue comparing to YouTube videos, which is where she uploaded the 5-minute long, too long apparently video, most likely to try to gain a little bit more of a YouTube audience. And the other thing is that she knew that a vast majority of the 5 million followers she got on TikTok won't go over to YouTube, and then they won't see that she admits to taking something for weight loss. Very sneaky way to technically admit your wrongdoing, but not actually showing it to your entire fan base. Sneaky. But it definitely gets worse.
Like I said, 5.2 million followers here on TikTok. She's a certified macro coach, and then she has her Macro 101 class. And this is actually where fans are the most upset. It's not about the medication. Nobody has judgment on what other people choose to do with their bodies. However, when you're selling a plan like this, you're essentially selling yourself and your progress to your fans. And they say, wow, she did that. That makes me feel like I can do that if I follow her plan. So how much is this plan? $200. For the past 11
Sheesh.
months, she has been on a medication that has been helping her lose even more weight, and she has charged
Hopefully she moves out the way so we can see the
people
rest for
$200 for these courses. You can't sell courses if you're still deceiving your audience, and that is
Right.
where people are feeling like it's a scam. I'd like to think that if she just came forward 11 months ago and said, hey, so I am stalled, I have hit my peak on my weight loss and I am still seeking more, I am actually going to go on this medication to help get me to my finish line, I think a lot of people would have been very, very accepting of that.
Yeah, I'm with that too. They'll be very accepting of that, but at the same time, let me scoot over 'cause like I said, I know she done me bad. I know at the same time when it comes down to it is the fact that a lot of people do hit peaks and plateaus, like with people that are natural bodybuilders. Natural bodybuilders hit this peak and then they want to get to that next level and they can't get to that next level because they've done everything that their body physically can take. So they take a steroid, a SARMs, HGH, IGF, whatever they use to be able to get that massive look and that drier and lean look as well, right? It's an aesthetic that they're looking for. So it's a science behind it, and some people do it because how else can you sell a course if you don't look the best? Oops.
I don't know if I fully
What the? Man, we having technical difficulties. My bad.
agree with that last sentence, and I think is the exact reason why the original influencer with over 5 million subs did not do that, because especially with the popularity of Ozempic and all of those types of drugs in the news with celebrities taking and losing a whole bunch of weight, in a lot of people's minds is just a cheat code when these types of influencers and fitness people are supposed to be the hardworking do-it-yourself, not taking drugs to lose weight. It all comes from your own work ethic, on top of charging $200 per person to tell them what to eat to lose weight. While you're not taking your own advice, you're taking a drug to lose that weight. I think overall she knew that she was going to lose a ton of money, so she tried to deceive her audience and technically admit it, but have the fewest amount of people see. We can look at a couple of the comments. This is a new Brittany Dawn, so another fitness influencer who basically did the exact same thing. Another person talking about the actual YouTube video saying, I could have kept lying tells me all that I need to know. So she knew exactly what she was doing. I mean, 5 million followers. I can't imagine the amount of income that type of audience brings, especially when you have a $200 meal plan. It must be insane. Here we have another one just up on screen. Just found out my favorite fitness influencer had a BBL the whole time. That also has become
Hey, I'm laughing because I see this all too well, and I hate it because it's so easy for people to be influenced by that, and it's weird because these people pay to get their bodies done, their faces done, their lips done, you name it, right? And they be like, oh, be like me, follow this plan, follow this, whatever. Even the males, they do the same thing, and we as a society or the culture around the gym culture or the fitness industry, the people that are consuming it get so mad or be so upset or butthurt because they can't reach those goals, and they're they have the wool pull over their eyes, and they don't understand why they can't get there because their role models, so to speak, or basically saying I'm getting here naturally. I got this naturally. This physique, this look is all natural, but they're getting enhanced.
increasingly more common. People taking shortcuts so they could look even better in leggings on the TikTok thumbnails or their Instagram page, so they could gain a massive following and turn that audience into profit. We could take a look at some of the comments. I stopped watching Chloe Ting because she got one too. I had to look up who that was, but just another
Boy, if you can, hold on, let me get out the way, man. And if you can't tell that's a BBL, you tripping.
one of the copy and paste influencers that if you just see her body type, it looks off to begin with. But I guess it doesn't change the fact that so many people are still doing this. Here's another comment. Sky Sutton released it last year on TikTok and it's pinned on her account. So I also went to go look up that page with 3.1 million followers. So the previous clip had 5 million deceiving her fans while she was taking a weight loss drug. And this one's another influencer with 3 million who has gotten...
Just imagine. Be like, oh man, subscribe to my whatever. Get a plan. So 3 mil, hey, $5 a month. Let's just say this. Half of them are men, half of them are women, which I know is not, but let's say half. So 1.5 mil times a $2 course. That's 3 mil. You know what I mean? A month. So that's bread, bro. That's bread.
Cosmetic surgery to make herself look better. Again, after she gained a massive following, that's when she decided to come clean and talk about her surgery, and she ended up making that 5-minute video that the first influencer put on YouTube on her original TikTok. However, TikTok is an app with a very short attention span. Even if you hold it down and do the 2x speed, a good portion of her video is just talking about the reasons why she did it without actually saying that she got a surgery, saying that she was insecure and she's so grateful for her following, blah blah blah, knowing that most people would get bored because you swipe every 5 or 10 seconds. Right. You're not there to sit through a 5-minute video that she will eventually say that she had surgery. Again, another way to admit what you've done, but have a majority of your audience have such a short attention span that they won't actually hear it. They're just going to go on to the next TikTok. All the trainers I've had always told me to stay away from influencer workouts because they don't even do them. I can't remember who it was. We went over it in an earlier video when TikTok was apparently dying, and then all the influencers just came out and told their audience what they were lying about their own content. Another big fitness influencer admitted that she didn't even do her workout. She just recorded the little clips for each jump cut and that was it. Chances are if it's defying gravity to that level, it's been lifted. So many fitness influencers had work done and pretend it's from their workouts, unfortunately.
All right, so that's what, when I learned this, I was probably like maybe 2 years. Shit, man, I probably was just a year in, man. And my gym bro, shout out to my cousin. My gym bro was telling me just watch out for a lot of things, right? And you start looking at these individuals and you like, bro, how does, I don't want to say their names, I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm gonna say the initials SP. And if you've been in the game long enough, you know. But individual was shredded, cop diesel, swole. And I'm like, bro, I want to get a physique like that. And my cousin was like, bro, you don't have the genetics for it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong. And bro, I tried my hardest to get that physique and never managed it because guess what? When he finally came clean, he was like, yeah, I'm on steroids. I'm like, bro, we all knew that already.
Fortunately, this is the next version.
But I hate the fact that they do that to influence the younger generation. The younger generation eats it up, and when they eat it up, they let's just say they get a sour taste whenever they find out, and then now they hop on gear or hop on the BBL train and liposuction. Like, it's a lot. And now what, these kids have ruined their lives and they're not even 25 yet.
Of Photoshop, which we'll get to in a little bit. That was a big issue. Again, when I was more into the fitness scene around a decade ago, it still does happen today though. Wait until you find out a lot of these fitness influencers and personal trainers have personal trainers of their own and just sell their plans. Ooh. We're going to see something like that a little bit later in the video, don't you worry. But we'll go back to a little bit of the drama that I remember. Again, this still definitely does happen in 2025. I believe there's an entire Reddit page. It's Instagram Reality. There's probably many other ones that just show influencers and celebrities across the board photoshopping their pictures. This guy I personally remember,
I know him.
Devin
Physique, man. I saw that he got busted. That's when I was around this time. And I saw him get busted and I was like, bro, he was a top dog. It was him, Joey Swole, and a couple other cats inside of Shreds. But yeah, and I seen this, I was like, bro, that boy's small. He got a good physique, but he's like small.
physique where he was photoshopping his own pictures, making it look like he had a smaller
He got a
waist.
great
And then
physique,
the
though.
company he was sponsored by posted the unedited photos over and over again. So he was just completely caught red-handed. I mean, almost like he wasn't even trying to hide it. And there are many, many pictures
Yeah,
like
but he was
this.
still,
And if I
like,
really wanted to
The
get
problem was he was still good. Like, it was still a good physique.
gather all the examples, I bet I can make an entire video just showing you the same thing where all the walls are warped, just very poor Photoshop. From fitness influencers trying to sell you supplements, workout plans, meal plans, their clothing line, or who they're sponsored by. I mean, anything. We have a comment from one of you guys. I actually faked my entire existence. I am a figment of your imagination. And as ridiculous as this sounds, we're getting kind of close when we're talking about social media and all of these types of celebrities or influencers, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, nice. You know, that's
Yeah.
like
Remember the video?
light as a feather.
Right,
But
right.
there's like that thing in our world to where, you know, you'll notice like an empty coffee cup and someone's just like, man, it looks fake. Or
Yeah.
they pick up a big bag of like $10 million and they just carry it like nothing.
Right.
So we want some like actual weight in. So these 80s are like actually like 15s.
Really? Let me see. Oh,
See that? 80s, but they're actually like 15s. So there was a couple of guys. They probably gonna show them next, but it was a time where fitness influencers used fake weights, and it was just tearing the community apart.
So you get a little bit of struggle. They're real popular with like the TikTok like fitness influencers.
Are you
For real.
serious?
Yeah.
This is everything's fake.
Nothing's real.
Everything's fake. So this is what I have at home, to be honest. Oh.
Dang.
So in the same way we saw in one of my previous videos, people faking wealth, there's whole companies in LA that you can rent out sets that look like private jets, all of the designer clothing, the cars, anything you could really think of. And you could do the exact same thing when it comes to weights, working out, making it look like you lift a whole ton and a lot stronger than you actually are. Some of the comments, Athlete X got exposed a few years back using fake weights. That's another huge personality, has been around forever in the fitness industry. Real popular with the fitness influencers, everything's fake. One of the big stories that people weren't surprised about, it was just very odd because this guy was genuinely jacked. He was huge, but was still caught using fake weights to make it look like he was even stronger.
This fitness
There you
influencer tried to
go.
use fake weights to fool everyone, but instead, he got brutally exposed. Brad Castleberry was
That's
a fitness
him, bro.
influencer who
I
wanted to
couldn't-
attract an audience.
I couldn't think of his name, man. Brad Castleberry, man. He had a run for a minute, man, and goddamn, dog. But you knew. I won't lie to you.
Audience by any means possible, so he started using fake weights. At first, he only used 1 or 2 fake plates to avoid suspicion, but over time, he added more and more. He was lifting mind-blowing weights, like curling 360 pounds for
crazy.
reps, squatting and deadlifting over 750 pounds, and bench pressing a staggering 660 pounds. With these incredible lifts, he could have broken several world records, and people started getting suspicious. If he was really that strong, why wasn't he breaking powerlifting records?
Right.
He was even offered money to compete in powerlifting, but always turned it down.
Hey, my boy Kenny KO was on him. Kenny KO, if you ever have time to go down the rabbit hole, Kenny KO exposes a lot of I can say athletes, a lot of fitness influencers, and he's funny about it. It's cool, man. Like I said, I watched him for a while too, but that's when I was in the space, and yeah, bro, him and Castleberry was going at it for a while.
Saying he didn't have enough time. After years of accusations, Brad recently decided to use real weights to prove the haters wrong, but it backfired. He could only deadlift 585 pounds, nowhere near his
But it's still impressive.
alleged
can't take that
800-pound
away.
record. He also failed a 485-pound bench press, far below his claimed 660 pounds.
But even if we're talking about his lifts that were genuinely authentic, that is insane numbers for
Right.
somebody in the fitness industry. You could see he was jacked. That was clearly not fake. He was still the real deal, but had to make it look like he was even better than he already was just for that little bit of extra fame. A lot of people agreed in the comments. It makes no sense. He had an awesome physique and no need for any of this. Maybe fake, but he was
Right.
honestly strong. He was. And I bet that kind of stuff is all over TikTok.
So yeah, that was my thoughts, man. I think it was before TikTok. He was all on YouTube, and it was like, bro, man is strong. My guy is hella strong. but it was just the fact that he was pulling the fake stunts just to get the viral clips
and
for y'all.
Instagram, even in 2025. We could even talk about steroids in both males and females. My opinion, at least, I don't even really care if they take steroids if they fully admit it. If you want to get as big as you possibly can, literally go past your genetic limit and also take years off of your life because of it, that's your decision. And there are many bodybuilders who openly admit it, and I'm completely fine with that. But then you have many people who don't admit it and say that they're 100% natural and then try to sell you everything under the sun to make you think that you could look like them when you will never actually make it. You'll just end up lining their pockets with money. We have another comment from one of you guys that says something similar, especially in the health and fitness side of social media, all that pre-workout crap and protein garbage promoted by those jacked up guys. They didn't get jacked because of the supplements. They are all on steroids and testosterone injections.
All right, so in my defense, I got on pre-workout in '09. And I was on the original Jack 3D, which had all the chemicals that they say you're not supposed to have. And when I say that was my favorite pre-workout of all time, granted, because that's what it was, dog, when I say I've been chasing that ever since, and this has been since '09. So now I'm on whatever I can find that gives me a good stimulation without making me feel weird or during the crash, right? But I didn't do it because somebody else looked good about it. It looked good. Like I did it because I need the performance aspect of it. And yeah, that's all it's about.
Because we're getting to a point in social media where people are actually showing natural transformations, whether it be a couple months or a couple years of lifting. And because they don't look absolutely jacked out of their mind, people think that they didn't put in the work. Because now we're so programmed to think that everybody who is on PEDs are also 100% natural. So those transformations anybody would be able to do. And that's just not the case.
Dude, Pineapple Brett on Snapchat is a government experiment. I like to look at bodybuilding stories and like creators on Snapchat to see their journey and their diets and, you know, meticulous things during their workout, right? And one of which is James English, IFBB Pro, but he has these restrictions on Snapchat because he posts his body, and sometimes Snapchat blocks it from a certain audience because, you know, he has less clothes on because bodybuilding. One of these run-ins, he came across Pineapple Brett. So I check her out on my own. I was like, oh, I've seen her before. That Snapchat account is literally the epitome of lust, like literally trying to beat lust.
Right. And that's how a lot of people get caught up. That's what the fitness world or fitness influencer realm has become. And sometimes you gotta detox from that, bro, because that shit's crazy. And I hate to say it, but that's the way they sell everything. Everything.
That woman is married, and like she'll do some shit like she's trying to walk to the store or some shit. And it literally just a whole bunch of peach emoji. It's crazy how everybody else's shit on Snapchat gets restricted by her shit. Even though everybody knows what she's doing, Snapchat's gonna let that fly by because whether we like it or not, big social media companies, they love that lust being pushed without you realizing it.
That can be a whole nother topic for a different video, because all the lust and that kind of stuff at the end of the day drives even more engagement, and they'll bend the rules as much as possible to not have full-on adult content when their terms of service says they're not allowed to, but it's very pick and choose on what they decide to block and not block. But one of the other avenues that I've seen across all social media now is that there are many fitness influencers that are just there barely working out, but do the exact same thing he was talking about, show off their body to funnel their audience to an OF account. Basically has nothing to do.
I knew that was coming, and I hate that because, like I say, a lot of people are very gullible nowadays, and to be honest, once they get that attention, and at the same time, the way things transpire, it's tough because now you looking at this ad or the workouts, and now it's just like a free advertisement for that page. You know what I mean? And hopefully that comes to pass because it's ridiculous, bro. Like there's nothing genuine anymore, right? That's in this space is nothing genuine. And whenever you pull the wool back and you see what the truth is behind those
with fitness
things.
in the first place, but that's become an increasing subsection in the genre right now. And with how popular OF has gotten in the past 5 years or so, it really only seems to be increasing. But we're going to finish off this video with at least somebody having consequences, trying to trick their audience and make a whole ton of money. And hopefully we'll see more of this in the future.
$400,000. That is how much a Dallas influencer, Brittany Dawn, is being ordered to pay in a recent settlement of a lawsuit. Brittany Dawn, she was a fitness influencer, and she was selling allegedly customized meal plans. Now, the problem with this is the meal plans were not actually customized. So she was marketing it as a customized meal plan, but there was actually a generic meal plan that all of her customers were getting. She was basically being charged with having deceptive practices, which is absolutely not okay. She was also charging a shipping fee for products that were being delivered virtually online, because these were actually digital products, and she was charging that extra fee.
So basically what she was doing was scamming and getting a bag. And unfortunately that she had to go through that. But at the same time, it's a lesson. Like you got to be made an example of. So you do that on a massive scale like that, you gotta get
online programs cost anywhere between like $92 to $300, and she was also claiming to be able to help people that have eating disorders, and you cannot do this unless you actually have the proper training and credentials to do that.
So lies upon lies upon lies for a copy and paste meal plan that was at least $100. I'm glad there's at least some consequences owing $400,000 to show other people in the industry that you're not allowed to just blatantly lie and deceive all of your fans, and basically nothing would happen other than the possible backlash you'd get on social media. But it doesn't matter if you made a couple $1 million, you could disappear, you're done. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you got.
Hey man, appreciate y'all, man. Comment, sub up, man. Appreciate y'all rock with me, but take this as a lesson. Whenever you, or if you're in the fitness realm, or even if you're just working out, be weary of these influencers and what they're selling. Be weary of the supplements, you name it, right? Just because they look good don't mean they didn't buy their body. Just because they didn't look good, or just because they do look good, doesn't mean that this man hasn't injected PEDs. Like, work hard, do the work, literally do the work. Drink water, you take supplements, cool. Just get the supplements that you feel that you need. Don't do it because such and such taking them or such and such says so. Do your own research on it. Do your own due diligence, and go hard or go home, bro. It's about to be a new year. I know 2026 is gonna have a lot of gym goers because 2025 was kind of hard for some people. But yeah, we gonna rock out like that, and hopefully y'all get the results y'all need. Until next time.